If you're the kind of person who has more ideas than time, more excitement than capacity, and way more tabs open than should possibly be legal, then this episode is definitely for you. Today, we're talking about idea triage and how trying to do everything all at once is the fastest way to finishing nothing. Hello, my beautiful entrepreneurs. My name is Tabitha Bear, and this is A Hot Mess Builds an Empire, the Chaos to Cash series. Again, don't know where the Kung Fu moves came from, but I am keeping them for sure. And like always, I let you know at the beginning of every episode that I have absolutely no idea what it is that I'm doing, but I'm doing it with the energy of someone who's tripped and is making a career out of the fall. Okay, so idea triage. We need to discuss idea triage because, as a former I must do it all right now immediately person, I had to learn about idea triage. It's probably one of the best things to learn right at the beginning of starting your business. It's really helpful to have some type of system in place so that you can continue being productive. Your brain has a moment to get its idea out and it knows that it's safe. And then everything is right with the world and everything is good and calm, and you don't feel like you're doing a thousand things and being stretched in a bajillion different directions at the same time with no capacity and no time to do any of it. So I think first things first, right? I'm always like, it's really important to note. It's really important to note that your problem is not your problem is not that you have too many ideas. That is a blessing, right? When you feel that your cup overfloweth with so many ideas, that's amazing. Congratulations. Seriously, congratulations. Sometimes people struggle with ideas, but the real problem is trying to execute all of them. That's where you can't. You try to split yourself into 10 to 15 different directions with I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to build this offer and build this product and I'm going to blog every single day and I'm going to post on social media every single day. When you put yourself in 10 to 15 different areas of commitments, not one thing is getting the best of you. Not one thing is. It's it's just not how it's happening, right? So, in this particular instance, I want to talk about idea triage more in the sense of maybe products and offers. I have a tendency to go, here's an idea, here's an idea, here's an idea, here's an idea. And then I try to do all of them at the same time because they all just sound so good. I mean, let's take a moment to acknowledge my brilliance and the amazing ideas that I have consistently. Okay, moment acknowledged. But the thing is that all of these amazing ideas that I have are not going to get the best of me if I'm trying to execute them all at the exact same time. And what happens is there's a lack of focus. It's not a lack of creativity. It's how creativity thrives. It's very primal, right? Like it's very like, oh, I gotta get this all out. It's amazing. I'm feeling inspired. But in terms of answering pain points for your clients and customers and however you refer to your people as, you need to give each product and offer the best of you so that this way you are answering those pain points and you don't feel that it's half done or that you don't feel frustrated about it. And this is something that took me a really long time to get through because I felt that if I wasn't churning out a bunch of products, then I wasn't being productive. And it's just the opposite. Like quality matters way more than quantity. And you just need to give yourself a moment to breathe. So, let's go through the different idea triage systems that we can put in place to help mitigate this shenanigans. So, what does the idea triage mean? It is deciding what gets your attention now, what's kind of incubated momentarily, and what is parked for safekeeping for later. Just think of it like an emergency room, right? There is a medical triage for a reason. Not every patient is seen immediately right now, and that's based on urgency and the medical staff capacity. So every idea doesn't need to be executed immediately to be respected. And let's go through those, picking the pain points, and then what do we do with the ideas that are just kind of like, oh my God, what do I do with this? Let's go through that. So, first and foremost, how do you pick an idea? Pick the pain point you can solve right now. Something that maybe there's nothing out there like it. Maybe it's just something that your audience keeps bringing up to you time and again. Now, listen, it may not be the most exciting idea that you have on your plate. It may not be the loudest idea, but it could be the most useful one. And that is really crucial because the most useful one is the one that people are going to buy. So when you pick a pain point, you're looking at what problem can you solve completely right now from beginning to end. You want to ask yourself questions like, what problem is showing up consistently? What what solution would align with my current goals? Like for me, it would be my current chaos to cash goal, right? And what would make the biggest difference to my audience if I finished it today? So ask yourself these needle moving questions so that this way you can go, you know what? I love this idea, but this one answers a lot of what people are commenting on my videos or whatever, right? Like pick a pain point to solve that you know needs solving right now. So picking one idea, for at least for me, is just really uncomfortable because it means I have to say not yet to a bunch of other things. It means I might have to tolerate almost like this borderline boredom situation. And then you have to resist the novelty of these new ideas. For idea heavy people, that's really hard because you're just kind of like idea, 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 idea. And the novelty of them is just like feeding you dopamine, and it's just like the rushing endorphins, and your brain just gets so high off of having so many ideas. You just kind of want to address all of them at the same time. But what you have to acknowledge is that depth beats dopamine, completion beats chaos. Okay? Depth beats dopamine, beats bear. Battlestar Galactica. That is my office reference for the day. Yes. Okay, but what do we do with all of these ideas? If I'm picking one, what do I do with everything else? So listen, ideas don't need to be killed, right? They need containment. They need a safe space to go to so that you go, here's the idea. This is where I put it. And your brain goes, okay, that's okay. As long as you know that it's there and it's safe, then we're good. So for me, I usually have some type of notes app. Like my notes are just hundreds of notes of ideas, and I should really categorize them better. And I was thinking of doing something like immediate later kind of feature, like folders, um, where like, hey, this is more immediate idea that I would like to work on, and then this is an idea for like later down the road, like maybe more bigger picture kind of situation. So there are ways that you can satisfy your brain to know that your idea is in a safe space and it won't keep eating you alive. So give yourself, I know this sounds very corporate of me and I'm so sorry. But create a dedicated idea parking lot for yourself. That could be a Google Doc, an Airtable situation, or a Notion table. I tried Notion on many occasions and I just can't seem to get into it. And I favor Airtable a lot, but I don't like Airtable for note taking. So I do use my notes app on my phone. But just create a folder system for yourself, right? Like how I'm eventually going to do for me. But the whole point of it is that you're capturing the idea and you're not worrying about acting on it. Your brain relaxes when it knows the idea is safe, and then you can go back to whatever it is that you were working on initially. I definitely got ahead of myself on my notes here, but um so how you can organize your ideas to help you focus. I have 3 folders that I'm creating, not 2. So one is now, one is next, and one is someday. So that addresses the immediate pain points I want to solve. It addresses I think these would be future pain points, like in a very near future. And then someday is bigger picture. Or what you can do is you can kind of categorize them to maybe like offers, content, experiments, systems. Like, and if you feel that it doesn't fit a category, throw it in a random folder. But know that if you can't categorize it, maybe that's not something that you should be trying to prioritize right now. Um, yeah, unless it's like super eating you alive that it can't be categorized. But if you can't categorize it, maybe it doesn't necessarily solve a pain point at this point in time. Now, to stay focused on the thing that you're actually building, the first thing that's very helpful is to define what done looks like. Don't kill yourself trying to always push the bar on yourself and just kind of go like, nope, not done yet, not done yet, not done yet. Define what done looks like before you even start. Like, I want this to be a 30-page ebook. I want it to answer XYZ things and I want it done by next Wednesday. Like whatever deadline you want to set for yourself. But you want to create a visible checklist for that one project. Let it meet the parameters it needs to meet so that this way your brain goes, "Oh, we're finishing this. This looks really good." Limit how often you're revisiting other ideas. I think this is really important because when you constantly go back to other ideas, you're letting yourself get distracted and your current project is not getting the best of you. So, if you need to, schedule idea review days throughout the month. I wouldn't even do it weekly because that could really derail some things. Or you might start to do the comparison game of like, oh, this idea is really good and the idea that I'm working on is a waste of time and it's not really good. Don't do that because you're messing with your confidence, you're messing with your rhythm, you're messing with things getting done on time. Focus is not your willpower, right? But it is structure. And you should have structure in your business. So practice that focus by practicing these key things, right? Idea review days like 3 times a month where you go through and maybe it's, hey, this idea is really good and I'm going to pick it as my next product that I am working on. Keep that in the back of your head. That's totally fine. Let it live there, but don't put all your focus on it and then not focus on what it is that you're actively working on to try and sell. So, why does this matter for the Chaos to Cash series? So, cash comes from finished things, revenue comes from clarity, and systems come from repetition. And when you focus on that one thing and you focus on doing that one thing well, it builds momentum, it builds confidence, and it builds proof that you can finish something. Give it to your audience, give it to your customers, give it to your clients. And you can see that the idea triage is turning organization from that chaos. It's turning cash from your chaos, right? So it's really it's really important to note. I'm going to get t-shirts made of the things that I say consistently all the time. But it's just really important to note that if you give your creativity some type of organization process, it will feel fulfilled momentarily so that you can continue focusing on what it is that you're focusing on and then you can move on to the next idea. And the other thing too is like I've noticed where I've completed something and I've sent it out into the universe and I got the data from it, right? Like, hey, this sold 15 copies or whatever. But like then people will message you and they'll be like, hey, this really helped. Can you also answer XYZ questions? Like, this would be really helpful if I had it in a book. When you put something out into the universe, people will let you know what else it is that they want. So, don't be afraid to stay focused on the thing that feels maybe not as exciting as the next idea, but feels very useful right now. A lot can come from what it is that you put out into the universe, but you can't put it out into the universe if you're focused on trying to do 1,000 different things at the same time. So focus on one thing, put it out there. You may get more ideas from your audience or your clients or however you refer to your people, but let it exist out in space and time, and you'd be very surprised to see how it gets rolling. Having a lot of ideas does not mean that you're scattered. It means that you're creative, which is phenomenal. Congratulations. You are a creative person because you have a lot of ideas. But finishing one thing at a time is how creativity can turn into something real. And when you go through the process of turning your creativity into something real, it changes you a little bit. It makes you go, huh, look at what I've created. Look what I've done. Like it lets you see what it is that you can do. If you are juggling a ton of ideas right now and you can't seem to commit to one of them, let me know. What ideas are you like throwing around right now and you can't seem to focus on one? And let's put them on hold and pick one together. And let's figure it out together, right? Like use the comment section and like help each other out. Like, hey, I'm focusing on 3 different things right now and I want to focus on one. Which one should I do? Let's help each other out here. It doesn't have to be this complicated process, right? So, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. And please like it, please subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Whew.